So it's official, I've been uploading videos to YouTube for over 2 years now, and I've done that whilst in my mid-30s with a wife and 2 kids, and up until recently working a full-time job. So how have I found the overall YouTube experience, and what advice would I give to someone who is 2 years behind me just starting out their YouTube journey? Well, in this video we're going to cover absolutely everything you need to know, and we're going to do a deep dive into this whole experience. We're going to look at the growth of my subscribers, the growth of my videos, the growth of the views on the channel, the most watched videos, the worst videos, my highest moment in this YouTube journey, the lowest moment, how YouTube has changed my life in the past 2 years, the things that I've learned, what you actually need to know to start if you're a new YouTuber or new creator just thinking of getting into it, the challenges you will face along the way from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, and my overall plans for the future. So that is what we're going to cover in this video. But before we do any of that, it's time for cake.
I love cake.
I love cake.
I love cake. Happy birthday to the channel. Happy birthday to us.
And say, happy birthday, Daddy's channel.
We need the candle.
Do we? We need candles.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat the cake?
Yeah.
Bit more, bit more.
Yay! Good boy.
And coffee more.
You're coughing all over the cake. I'll have a coffee with my cake, Mummy.
Oh, what are you?
What do you mean?
Tea and cake.
Tea and cake? That's so very British.
We are British. Hello to all our American fans. I say our, you're not my fans, but...
Okay, so now, full disclaimer, this is my second slice of cake, and we can get the nice big one with the YouTube logo on it. Look at that. That is a juicy bit of cake right there. So while I eat this cake, we're going to talk about my YouTube journey. So over the last 2 years, I've got just over 2,000 subscribers, over 260,000 views across the whole channel, and I've uploaded just under 150 videos at the time of making this video. But it took me up until the 3rd of June 2024 to grow my channel to 1,000 subscribers. So I started on the 18th of August 2022. I didn't upload a video for just over a month because I was too busy trying to be perfect, trying to learn how to do everything, trying to get the filmmaking right, trying to get everything in one take, trying to get all of the editing and absolutely everything to do with that video right. So it took me a month to make it. And then when I did make it, it took me hours and hours and hours to edit it because I wanted it to be absolutely bang on. So then I uploaded my first video, and then over the space of the next 2 years, I tried to upload as many as I could. But it started off with maybe 2 a week, then it went down to like 1 every 3 months, and there was a lot that went on. Because at the time of starting my channel, I had a toddler because my son was just over a year old, and my wife was pregnant with number 2. So our second son was born in October, after I started my channel in August. So she was like 7 months pregnant by the time I started my channel. Probably not the best idea to start a YouTube channel when you've got a 1-year-old and a pregnant wife. But hey, and I was working full time as well at the time of doing that. So I just thought, you know what, let's just get messy and just start the channel. So that's how I started, and there was a lot of sporadic uploads over the next sort of 2 years. But around January to February 2023, I uploaded a series of videos that did really, really well. I got the highest performing video on my channel at the time, which was a channel about a monitor, which got 26,000 views. Now, bear in mind, I was under 1,000 subscribers at the time. I think I even was under 500. So to get 26,000 views on a video then was incredible for me. And it still is now, to be honest. And then the rest of the next 3 or 4 videos that I uploaded all got above 10,000 views. So that was absolutely phenomenal. And after that, I just sort of left it and just stopped uploading for a little while. Don't ask me why, I couldn't tell you. But I just stopped uploading for a little while. And that contributed to the channel not growing as quickly as I'd like it to. Now, bear in mind, at this point, you're earning no money whatsoever. You're just uploading, trying to get to those monetization requirements, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which is what you need to unlock full monetization of ad revenue. So I was really sluggish in the beginning. But during this time, I also had a whole identity crisis going on because I changed the branding of my channel about 2 or 3 times. When I first created my channel, it was called The Tech Studio, because I wanted it to be a tech review channel that was an overall brand that didn't rely on me as the person to deliver it. But then after a while, I was like, no, I don't really like that name. So then I created my gaming channel called The Game Hawk, And I thought, oh, Tech Hawk also sounds really good. So then they kind of linked together. The gaming channel and the tech channel all kind of linked together. So I changed it to the Tech Hawk. But then after a while, I didn't like it. I wanted to be the main brand. I wanted it to be about me. I wanted the channel to be a video library that I could make for myself on videos I wanted to make that included lifestyle stuff and productivity stuff. So then I just went back to creating it about my name. The hilarious thing is that when I very, very first created my channel, it was called John Willis. That was what it was called to begin with. And it had a banner of me saying photography and videography. And I went through this whole cycle over like 18 months just to come back to that. So you will go on that journey too. But just understand that what you want with your branding, you should make it so that it can last and that it can be about you, and you need to be the brand. So as you can see from the top right hand corner, this is across the entire lifetime of my channel over the last 2 years. From the 18th of August 2022, when the channel was first created, up until today at the time of making this video. So let's get the money out of the way first, because I know that's what you're all looking at. We've made a grand total of $253.51. Honey, let's book Barbados. We're rich. So as you can tell, that is not really enough money to live off. Now that is from June. That is not over the last 2 years. That money will be since I was monetized in June. So from June till now, just under 3 months worth of ad revenue. So as you can see, it's not that much. So ad revenue goes off of a whole host of features, but it goes off of views. Roughly, I think subscribers have a little bit to do with it, but I think it's mainly the views you get, how many adverts you have in your videos, all that sort of thing. So most creators and most YouTubers don't live off of ad revenue. They have a whole host of other sources of income that they get money from. So when you look at the ad revenue, and a lot of new YouTubers seem to focus on the ad revenue and think that that's where they're going to get all their money from, and then they look at it and think, well, hold on a minute, that is not enough to live off. Boys, it's not. And that's, most YouTubers don't live off ad revenue. It's just a passive income that comes in just to boost their pay their bills or whatever. That's all it's really for. So as you can see, over the last 2 years, we've got 278,000 views across the whole channel. We've got 11.5 thousand watch hours, and we've got just over 2,000 subscribers, and then obviously the ad revenue. So you can see the spikes here. So these are the views of the channel. You can see that when we first started off, we didn't really get that many views, and we was just sort of plodding along, just getting a few views here and there. And then around January to February, we had a few videos, a series of videos that I launched one after the other that all got several thousand views each. So that boosted the channel massively in relation to views and subscribers. So then I made a bit of a mistake, because I sort of tailed off and stopped making videos for a little while, but it was because we had essentially a newborn and coming up for a 2-year-old at that point. So it was very, very difficult. Plus me and my wife were both working full-time jobs as well. She was on maternity leave, but I was working a full-time job. So it teetered off towards the end of February when I stopped making as many videos, and then we just hit a bit of a low. And this is an exact example of the YouTube roller coaster I'm talking about. And then you have some videos that perform well and you get some big spikes, and then it just sort of teeters off. Now this one, January was when I had some videos that performed really, really well, but then the big one was when we went to Barcelona, and that was around this one, which was around April 2024, March, April 2024, when the channel really started performing well. And that's when it just started doing well overall. And then when I got monetized completely in June, I just started posting more videos, putting a lot more effort into videos, and started treating it more like a full-time job. And that is when we just started getting better results overall. Now, if you look at the subscribers, the way the subscribers go is completely different. If I change this to the last sort of 28 days, and you can see the subscriber base, you get so many more subscribers over the last 28 days because of the most I've ever got in one day was 63 subscribers in one day. Now you see that I used to get between 1 and 2 subscribers a day, like this time 6 months ago. Now I'm averaging between 20 and 50 a day, depending on how we're doing. So as you can see, yesterday I got 43, the day before that 41, the day before that 37. So once you start making those videos and that content, and you put more effort into it and you post more regularly. Alex Hormozy says volume negates luck. So obviously you want to have good quality content, but you also want it to be, you want to put out as much as you physically can and still maintain that quality, because then you'll get these sort of results eventually. Now, my best performing videos, there are, let's go on to the lifetime of the channel, and you can see the best performing videos. Now, this one was the one I launched in January 2023. It's still, at the time of making this video, the best performing. It's got nearly 27,000 views. But this one that I made, I keep calling it the Barcelona video, because it was a video I made before I went to Barcelona. Now, this one is in second place, and it's still getting loads of views per hour. It's still growing. It's still getting, at the moment, at the time of making this, it's probably about 1,000 to 2,000 views a week. So that will be first place very soon, and hopefully we can break that 30,000 barrier. Then I've got a few here. So I've got 3 videos at the moment that have broken 20,000 views, and 8 that have broken 10,000 views in total. So pretty good results across the board. My whole channel views is approaching 300,000. And we're growing at a nice steady rate that I'm happy with. Now, if we go to the channel, you can see my worst videos. You can see the most popular, which I've just shown you. But if we keep scrolling all the way down, then you will see my worst videos, the ones that perform the least. And to be honest, it seems to be more lifestyle stuff that is performing the least. So I'm surprised about this one right at the bottom, which is the MacBook Pro one. I'm really surprised that that one has not performed well, because I would have thought that any video I make about tech seems to do good. So I'm surprised that one hasn't performed well. But all the others, there's about 10 videos or so that have got under 100 views, and they all seem to be along the same sort of thing, like lifestyle, productivity, that sort of thing. There's a couple of tech ones in there, but generally any sort of lifestyle one that I make doesn't seem to perform that well. And I think it could be a number of things. Personally, I think it's because I'm more of a filmmaking, YouTube education based channel. So when I do lifestyle stuff, it's just not really aligned with the channel. So that's why those videos just haven't performed. But overall, looking at the channel, I'm very happy with the position we're in. If we go to the home page, you can see that I've got a channel trailer. The first thing that any new person that comes to my channel will see is my channel trailer. They will see my banner at the top. They know exactly who I am and who I help, what my audience is with filmmaking gear, lifestyle, and YouTube education. Even says this on my bio. It tells you exactly who I help. If you click on it, it tells you more details on who I help. I've got a channel trailer there, which is just over a minute long, which again tells you exactly who I am, the fact that I'm married, the fact that I've got a couple of kids, the fact that I, up until recently, used to work full time, and I try to do YouTube, and I'm a passionate filmmaker. And then I've got all of my videos organized into playlists for you to watch, for you to consume in whatever order you want to watch. So the lifestyle ones, as I've already said, they seem to not perform the best, but I enjoy making them. But the rest of them all perform pretty well. So that's the general overview of my channel over the last 2 years. So the highest moment of my YouTube journey was when we went to Barcelona. Me and my wife went to Barcelona, and I made a video on the build up to going to Barcelona, and I was in 2 minds about whether to make it or not. And I thought, do I make this video, or do I just leave it and not make it at all, or just make it when I come back? And I decided, do you know what, I'm just going to get it out, I'm just going to film it, edit it, get it uploaded, and then schedule it to be released when we go to Barcelona. So I made the video, filmed it and edited it, uploaded it, and then scheduled it to be released when we was away. And I made a promise to myself and to my wife that I was not going to check my analytics or my YouTube channel at all while we was away. I said, you know what, someone's looking after the kids, this is a weekend just for us as a couple to go away and just be together and enjoy each other's company. So I decided I wasn't going to check my analytics at all, and my wife did, and I could tell by her face something was happening, something was doing well, but I was like, no, do you know what, don't tell me, I'll figure it out when I come back. So then when we come back, I looked at that video, and that video had got 6,500 views in 2 days and grown the channel by over 150 subscribers in 2 days. Now that was the best moment, because I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I was switched off. I was just enjoying this time away with my wife, And then when I got back, I come back to this incredible news that the channel had pretty much blown up. For my standards of blowing up, had done really, really well. And it was definitely the highest moment of YouTube for me. Now, I've thought a lot about the lowest moment of my YouTube journey over the last 2 years. And to be honest, there isn't one specific low moment. There's been sort of 3 or 4 low moments, and they're generally when you spend hours and hours making a video and it just doesn't perform. It just absolutely tanks. It gets like 200 views. And you think, why did I bother spending all that time making that video? And you just get so angry and frustrated. And then you spend ages trying to change the thumbnail, the title, trying to get the good combination right, and sort of obsessing over it to try and get it to perform and get the boost that it needs, and it just never happens. And then that's one thing that bugs me, and that's a low set of moments I've had. Another one is just trying to balance everything. Just trying to film videos when you've got 2 kids running around, when you've also got work to do, when you've got trying to be present as a husband and father and trying to make time to do things with your family, trying to work and do good in your job, trying to make videos and trying to develop and grow a business, all whilst you're making very little money from it and you're trying to build the foundations of it. It's just very, very hard, and you find that initial journey of building the foundations extremely difficult and challenging, and it's not for everyone. And people that say YouTube's easy are liars, because it's not. It's not that easy. Not everyone can do it. It's just a long, hard slog in the beginning, and it gets better as you go along. So those are the sort of the low moments. I wouldn't say there's one particular, but there's a few. So I get a lot of questions in the comments about what programs and what softwares I use for all of my sound effects and background music and stuff like that. Now, I've used a few over the years, and there's a lot of good products out there and a lot of good services out there. And I've tested pretty much all of them. But the one that I've stuck with and I've committed to recently, and I really love it, is called Artlist. And I use this for all of my music, for all of my sound effects, for pretty much anything to do with that, I use this for. And while I'm eating my cake, I'm going to let AI John tell you more about it.
Oh, is that right? I guess because you've reached 1,000 subscribers, you think you're too good to voice your own segments now. We see how it is, don't we, people? So while John munches on his large slice of cake, let me tell you why he loves Artlist so much. It has a massive library of royalty-free music and sound effects for you to use in your YouTube videos and other social media content. The selection is so wide it can cater for any taste and any situation, whether you just want to spice up your videos or even use it for professional client work. It also has an extensive library of stock footage to use as B-roll. There are also plugins and templates for your editing software. But that's not all. It now also features a powerful and intuitive AI voiceover feature, which you can customize to fit your preferences. So why not give it a try? Back to you, Cake Face.
So if you're interested in getting started with Artlist to get a whole huge library of sound effects, music, anything you're going to need to put into your YouTube videos to give it that little spicy punch, then check out the link in the description below. Artlist do not sponsor this video. However, if you click on that link below, it will help support the channel. Thank you. And if you want to be part of a YouTuber's journey who's got a wife and kids and trying to just make his way in the world, then please hit the subscribe button down below. Now let's talk about how YouTube has changed my life, which is, I'm sure, the reason why a lot of you are watching this video. And some of you have probably even skipped to this chapter. But for me, it's the fact that it's made me aware that there is more to life than working a 9 to 5 like a hamster running on a hamster wheel. Going to work, getting to work, and spending maybe an hour driving there and then an hour driving back. That's 2 hours out of your day. Then 8, 9, 10 hours a day in work just to do a job that you're not really that interested in, to come home and then switch off, and then you get paid the same amount every single month, no matter what, and it's barely enough to get by in today's world. Even if you're earning a decent wage, it's not enough to get by in today's world. Like, let's be honest, you spend all your mortgage money and your bill money, and then you maybe go and buy a big family shop down the supermarket, then you put some petrol in your car, and by the time you've done all that, you're not left with that much money. And you can maybe put a couple of hundred away in savings if you're lucky. Other than that, you just kind of get by for the rest of the month and survive. And you're on this hamster wheel of life that everyone's on. And this has made me realize that there is much more to life than that. You should be doing something you're passionate about and that you enjoy. And let's say, for example, that you went into your job and on day one they said, for the next 6 months to a year, you've got to work, and you've got to work 10 to 12 hour days, and we're not going to pay you for it. We might pay you like 10, 20 pound a day if you're lucky. And you'd be like, what? No, but I'm not doing that for nothing. That's exactly what this is like. Building your own business is like. So you're doing something you're passionate about, but you do it because you enjoy it. And then once you've done the hard work and the graft, then the finances start to come in and it starts to pay off. You build up your brand, you build up your audience, you build up your authority, and you generate loads of different revenue streams. The problem with having a normal 9-to-5 job is that if that's your only source of income, if that goes, you get made redundant, you get fired, whatever the result is, then you've lost your only source of income. With business, you can have multiple sources of income. You can have ad revenue, you can have filmmaking and photography, you can have course sales, products, merchandise, you name it. So that if any one of those things fall through, then you've got other backup sources of income. And that's something that everybody should be doing in today's world. Having multiple sources of income to support your family and have backups. If something goes wrong with any one of them, you've got those backups. So YouTube has changed my life because for me, I have now built up my brand, I've built up my business, and it's starting to get traction now. It's starting to bring me in regular income so that I can support my family. It has enabled me to go part-time at work. I have a roadmap to do this full-time in the future, and it's all looking very, very positive, and it's starting to get some sort of leverage, which is what I've always wanted. And eventually, and I don't know where on this journey it will come. Maybe you're watching this video in the future in 2 or 3 years time and you know exactly when it happened. But eventually I will have a life of complete freedom where I work for me on my own. I can take my kids and my wife out and we can go out for dinner, we can go on holidays, we can go on vacations, we can do all these amazing things, and we can live a life that we all deserve to live, because anybody deserves to live a great life. You just have to be willing to put the work in and put the dedication in. That is how YouTube has changed my life, and it's continuing to change my life. And I have goals for the end of the year, which I will share with you shortly. So the things that I've learned along the way, you might have seen me talk about this in other videos, but it's that one, YouTube is not easy. It is hard, it is a long slog, and it is very difficult, and it's not for everyone. If you like going to work, doing your hours, coming home, switching off and doing whatever you want in your spare time, and that's your time, then that just continue with that journey, and that's perfectly fine and okay. If that's not for you and you want to build a life for yourself outside of the 9-to-5 hamster wheel, and you want to build yourself your own business, then do it. Just be prepared to, it's going to be hard work, and it's going to be a roller coaster of ups and downs and twists and turns and highs and lows and very bad lows, but you'll get past all that and you will eventually come out the other side feeling a lot better. Another thing I've learned is to work for your future self. Work for yourself in 2, 3, 5 years time, because I guarantee you, you will thank you for it. Whatever you want to achieve, whether you want to have a great body, be in great shape, eat healthy, stop drinking, stop smoking, develop your business and grow your business. If you put in all the hard work now, then in 6 months time, a year's time, your future self will thank you for that. That's something that I've learned. Myself 2 years ago, I'm so thankful that I decided to go on this YouTube journey and build and grow and develop and never give up, because I wouldn't be where I am today, financially or in my business or personally. For me, it's still hard, don't get me wrong, because I'm still trying to balance a million things, but I've learned to just go with the flow and enjoy the process. So what do you actually need to start a YouTube channel, or to, if you even have started, what do you need to continue that? You need just a sense of purpose. Understand why you want to do it to begin with. Why do you want to grow a YouTube channel? Why do you want to be YouTube famous, if that's what your goal is? Why do you want to build this channel and this audience in the first place? What is the main goal? As long as you have a goal purpose and a main purpose of what you're doing it for, then you will just continue along that path and you won't ever lose your way. Now, you will lose faith at points and you will decide, oh, I can't do this anymore, I want to give up. But it's if you just don't give up and just keep persevering, keep being determined and keep going, that is how you succeed eventually. Another thing is to act like you've already got there. If you want 100,000 subscribers, act like you've already got 100,000 subscribers. Act like you're talking to an audience of 1 million people. Act like every video is going to go viral. act like you've already achieved the goals that you want and put the effort and the production value and everything into that. And as long as you do that, you will eventually step into that new version of you. And as I've always said, you don't need big fancy equipment. If you want to invest in a good camera, then I highly recommend the Sony a7 IV, which is what I film with here. If you want to get a good microphone, this is a good microphone. It's a DT V07U podcast mic. But you don't have to use this. You can just use your mobile phone. As I've said for a long time, you can just start with this. You could get something like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is $600, and it comes with a wireless lavalier mic, which is a high grade professional lavalier mic. You could start with that, $600, and you've got your YouTube setup right there. If you want to get a good laptop, I would invest in something like a MacBook Pro, because it has the power to deliver and render videos and edit videos. And I would get DaVinci Resolve as the editing software. It's completely free. You don't need the Pro version unless you're editing in 422 10-bit color, which I don't do for YouTube videos. But it's free and it's very simple and very easy to use. That is all you need to get started. A phone, a camera, a microphone, which can be your phone, and something cheap off Amazon. It could be the Osmo Pocket 3, or if you want to invest in good quality film gear, then get something like the Sony ZV-E1 or a7 IV. And then a good microphone to go with it. Get a good computer, get a good editing software like DaVinci, and that is all you need in order to get started, and then just continue. You don't need the perfect setup, because you're always going to be changing that setup. Just keep going. What challenges are you going to face? Well, you're going to face a lot of challenges. You're going to face the learning curve of trying to learn filmmaking, editing, production value, plugins, talking head videos, camera confidence, pretty much anything you need to make YouTube videos. You're going to face all of those challenges along the way. You're also going to face challenges of how do you fit it in with your busy life, whatever it is you've got going on. And if you're like me and you've got kids and stuff, then it's very, very difficult to fit it in, but you just have to make time and make it a priority in your life. You'll face challenges with videos not getting views and not gaining as many subscribers as you want, and everyone in your niche or in your immediate vicinity seems to be overtaking you. But don't worry about that. You just need to think about you're going to be on your own journey, and you'll get there when you get there. So what are my plans for the future? My plans are that by the end of the year, and this is very ambitious, I want to get to 20,000 subscribers. So I got from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. It took me, I think it was 15 or 16 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then I got an additional 1,000 subscribers within 2.5 months. So the initial grind of getting to 1,000 is very difficult. After that, you gain a lot more traction. It's a lot easier. So I'm now sitting on just over 2,000 subscribers, and I got that second 1,000 within like 2.5 months, and it's still growing at that same trajectory. So my goal is to increase that trajectory and get to 20,000 before the end of this year. And then I want to just keep growing going forward. The views, I would love to get a video to at least 50,000 views. Obviously 100,000 is the gold standard, but at least 50,000 views I'd like to get one video to, and 20,000 subscribers. And then by the end of the year, I'm going to be launching something very, very special for all of you to help you along the way with YouTube. So those are my personal goals. I also have some others, which I don't really want to share just yet. And that's what I'm looking to achieve going forward. So one final bit of advice I would give to you before we go to all those lovely fun outtakes I'm sure you're going to love watching is, if you want to do this, just be sure that you want to do this. It's great fun. It's a great journey, and I enjoy it because I love all the process. And I know a lot of the people in my comments do as well, but just be sure it's something that you are willing to do for a long time. Don't think I'm going to do this for 6 months and become a viral superstar. You're not Cristiano Ronaldo. Just start making videos and you'll be fine. Now let's go to the outtakes. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about my whole 2-year YouTube journey, including the growth of my subscribers, my views, the best videos on my channel, and what you actually need to know if you intend on starting a YouTube channel. No, that's wrong. In my mid-30s, I've got a wife, 2 kids, and up into blah. So it's official. I've been uploading videos. Fucking hell, John, come on. So it's official. I've been uploading videos to YouTube for over 2 years now. And in that time, I've... Alexa, stop.
Oh, I was enjoying that. So you need to tell us what to do, honey.
We're all going to go, happy birthday, YouTube.
Is that what you want us to say happy birthday, YouTube?
I don't know, something like that. Happy birthday to the channel. Happy birthday to you. So now let's dive into this nice big juicy piece of YouTube cake with the YouTube logo on it. If you can see that, if my camera decides to focus. Let's just pretend that didn't happen.